The LEAP-ON study is a continuation of the LEAP study. Originally in the LEAP study, which was a long 5-year study, we took babies who were highly allergic at birth, in the sense that they already had severe eczema present. We enrolled them at 4 to 11 months of age, and half of them were given peanut protein frequently, 6 grams of peanut protein a week until the age of 5. The other half were asked to completely avoid peanut. And at the end of the LEAP study, we found a dramatic reduction in the rate of peanut allergy in the consuming group. We found a greater than 80% reduction in peanut allergy.
The question then arose is, if these children who had enjoyed a benefit through eating peanut were to stop eating peanut, which children will do in real life. Some will continue eating a food and some will go off a food for a while and come back to it. Will they lose their state of tolerance, or will they then become allergic? Will that benefit be lost? So we chose an interval of a year, 12 months, where we asked families who had been eating peanut to avoid peanut for 12 months, and the other families who had been avoiding peanut simply to continue avoiding peanut. And this allowed us to make a comparison between these two groups.
And what we found was that the benefits achieved in LEAP were maintained. In other words, the group that had originally eaten peanut in the first 5 years, despite a year of virtual complete avoidance, remained tolerant. And the reduction in that original consuming group was at least 75%. This rather rigorous, but in some ways artificial, test of persistence of the benefit of LEAP, which after 12 months of avoidance, may not represent the long-term reality, because in reality people don't just stop eating a food for a year and then go back to eating it. People eat a food when they like to eat the food, as they like to eat it, in whatever frequency or amount that they wish to do. The plans for research after LEAP-ON are to see now whether the benefits achieved at the end of LEAP and LEAP-ON, namely a marked reduction in the rate of peanut allergy in the original consuming group, whether these benefits will now persist during ad lib consumption. What do I mean by ad lib consumption? Ad lib consumption refers to the child's ability to eat the food when and where they like and how often they like. I think it's fair to say that certain very important questions remained or emerged from the LEAP and LEAP-ON study findings. The first issue is that in LEAP and LEAP-ON, the study was conducted in a high-risk group of children. What do I mean by high risk? I mean a group of children with severe eczema or egg allergy in the first few months of life, who were therefore at very high risk of developing peanut allergy. And we were able to show efficacy in that population. So one of the questions that professional bodies are asking themselves is, what should the new recommendations be? Should we tell people or parents whose children are at high risk of peanut allergy, parents whose infants have severe eczema, to eat peanuts regularly, or should this advice be given to the whole population? So one thing that the EAT study was able to do was to address this question of early food allergen consumption in a normal risk population. In the EAT study, half the cohort of 1,303 infants were asked to introduce peanut, egg, fish, wheat, sesame and dairy between the ages of 3 and 6 months of age, and to eat those in substantial quantities on a regular basis, to see whether we could achieve a reduction in the overall rate of food allergy. At the end of the EAT study, the group that had early introduction of these 6 food allergens between 3 and 6 months of life achieved a 20% reduction in the rate of food allergy. That was not statistically significant and therefore could have been due to chance alone. There were, however, some limitations of the EAT study which, on further analysis, did give us more information. In the LEAP study, children only had to eat 1 food, peanut. In the EAT study, they had to achieve high consumption levels of 6 foods between 3 and 6 months of age. This proved to be difficult for the population, and of the children who were in the early intervention group, only about 34% of them were able to eat the requisite amount of the 6 foods during the study period. And indeed, if we look at the children who followed the study protocol, we did find statistically significant reductions in the rate of food allergy. So, for example, the group of children who adhered to egg consumption carefully between 3 and 6 months of age showed a 75% reduction in the rate of egg allergy. The children who ate the amounts of peanut they were meant to be eating showed a 100% reduction in the rate of peanut allergy. So one interpretation of the EAT study is that early intervention works if the infants and families do what is recommended, namely early introduction. But if they don't succeed in doing this, it doesn't work. What should parents do if they want to prevent their children from developing food allergies? Parents would be best talking to their GPs. If parents come from a high-risk family, if their infant has eczema, I think they would be best talking to a pediatrician or pediatric allergist at an early age, if not their GP.